What the flip is going on, people? We're here with Andrew Dovale, and he is the undefeated player for the Store Championship for
PPG.
PPG. Okay, so was a slightly bigger tournament. Like it was 35 people.
Yeah, like 30 something people.
30 something
We
people.
had 5 rounds.
Yeah, it was
Won 5-0.
all right. Yeah. He's undefeated, and he did it with a really spicy deck. So let's go with it.
All right.
The leader
so,
first.
We got Super Saiyan Son Goku. Just the SurgeKu effects. Just the most insane surge effects, in my opinion. Really good defensively. Allows you to really extend. Just a really solid leader. Works really well with this deck. Because it's yellow, so you get to play some of the good yellow cards along with the good red cards. So just him being those two colors and having all of this text, it just works perfectly. So let's get into the deck.
The main engine.
All right. So I took from the Tournament of Power, there were people playing like a Frieza swap engine going into the 5-drop and wiping the board and so on. But it requires this $70 card that I do not own. So I decided to take my own spin on it. So we're still playing the primary swap engine. So you got the 1-drop, which can go into either the Clan Commander or the Mecha Frieza over here, dual color. So you have a lot of pressure for 1 energy. This guy replaces himself, so it's kind of almost like a Goten, where you're swapping for 1 energy, you're getting a card, and you're keeping going. Like you can find another one of these, or what you want to find is the combination of these two.
Yeah, and he's 15, so
he's 15, and he searches out any of these. So any of these 20 cards that we're playing here, it gets searched out by him. So this guy right here, what he does is he bounces one of your Frieza Clan, which all of these are Frieza Clan, back to your hand, one of your red or blue ones, and then when he attacks, he combos with a red-blue multicolor extra card.
For what I saw in the games, this was the MVP, right?
Yeah, so what you end up doing here is you like play 2 coolers on their turn, they pass back to you, you swing with the coolers, you bounce the coolers back to your hand, you attack with this guy, you get a free red-blue multicolor, so he attacks for 25, you combo in you arrival the coolers again. So basically what you end up doing is just like a 1-2 like combo punch of these two, and your opponent's just like, yeah, you just attacked me for double strike 20 times, like 4 times in 1 turn, 20k double strike. The fact that this is a 1 mana and 1 mana is just super, super good. The way the energy pans out with this deck, you preferably want 2 red-blue multicolor. You definitely need 1 so you can untap it, but you need like 2 red energy. You want to charge red a lot because red is how you start all of your plays. It's how you play the cooler, and it's how you play the 1-drop Frieza. So that's how you want to start. So the deck is primarily red, that's basically what you do. You just swap and you apply a lot of pressure to your opponent. So moving on to the other cards that are pretty generic for SurgeKu, which we still play because you don't want to just be reliant on like 1 engine. We obviously play this super combo, which I think is the best. I was playing a 3-1 split before, but since this deck is a lot more focused on cooler and the red-blue comboing with the combo attack, you gotta play 4, and it felt great. It basically felt like I was playing 8 Sensu beans. Super good. Just being able to just all of a sudden just untap an energy, beam, arrival 2 coolers, it's my turn again, and then I just start pressuring, I start swinging with them. 2 beers, because I didn't want to be without this card. It's really good against Gohan. I have the other 2 in the sideboard. Just being able to lock their leader is insane. Also this is very good in the mirror and against Broly Surge, so you can pop their 30Ks, or in the mirror so you can pop their opposing Please and Beerus's and so on and so forth. So the card's still very useful. It's just we don't have much yellow combo, so you don't want too many of this card. So I just kept it at 2. I felt that was good for the main. 3 Champa as your main defensive tool. I felt like this deck wants to extend. I didn't want to rely on poison like I did in the Tournament of Power as much. I just wanted to rely on Champa. It doesn't hit everything, it's not perfect, but the fact that you can just push a little bit, like 1 energy more, is really good, and then just leave up a yellow and a red-blue, and then you're kind of safe at that point because Champa stops most things. The Draw Goku Ape is just super good to refuel. I don't think I would ever go lower than 4 with this card. It's always been MVP for me. If you have nothing to do, if your hand is just brick, but you draw this, all of a sudden you have something to do on turn 2, turn 3, whatever. Like, it's never bad to draw 2 cards, ever. If you can do something better, do it. But if not, draw 2 cards. The Bardock Ape, it's very good.
Why 2?
But what ends up happening with this deck is that since the Frieza and Cooler engine is so good, you really don't have much time to play this card. It's really not necessary at all. I think I played it only in like 1 or 2 matchups. It's just another thing that you can do on 2 if your hand is like you don't have the 1-drop Frieza, because it is very reliant on seeing the 1-drop Frieza and the 2-drop or the Cooler with the 3-drop Cooler. So if you don't have those things to go into, it's just nice to have another way of pressuring for 2 mana. So again, it's generic, so it's kind of like the draw 2 ape. It's never going to be bad in that situation. When you don't need it, you don't need it. When you have it and you have nothing else to do, you can do it. But it's not essential to this deck as it is to other SurgeKu builds, because you're doing more with your energy. You're doing more proactive plays other than this. This guy, he's always insane. Will probably be replaced with the new Kaioken Goku that has Deflect. It kind of does almost the same thing, but it also allows you to neg -25. So this guy's probably coming out. The fact that this guy can get poisoned or hidden potentialed, or just all of the things that can hit this. If your opponent plays around it, it's kind of difficult, but it is very good against Boo, and just decks that want to swarm you in the mirror. If they don't defend themselves properly with poison or denial, this guy will wreck them. So he's still good, and he's the best that we have right now for like a board wipe type of effect. So we'll still keep him at 2, and we played the 3rd on the board. This guy, I played him main because I figured with how aggressive this deck can be, hitting topos or hitting, just anything that can stop you from the hand is really nice. To be honest, I didn't play him not once the entire tournament. I wasn't playing, topo isn't that popular anymore, and I feel like this was the best against that. There's not much else there's no battle card that you're like, oh, I need to resolve this. But the information is really nice when you're pushing. So it's a fine card, but you can cut it. This one is just, you want a lot of red, so that's why I put it in there. For the secret rares of the deck, we got Fu Shrouded in Mystery, 10-drop Dragon, and Further Indestructible Champa. I consider these secret rares because they always win you the game. Like, they're the cards that you see. You don't really need to see multiple. Champa could be at 2, but I think it's fine at 1. I've been playing it at 1 for the longest with this deck, and I just have it when I need it inside the second. 10-drop Dragon just does everything in 1 card. I don't know what they do with this. And Fu Shrouded in Mystery, just really good against Invoker, very good against the mirror, any slow matchup. I like to main deck this because I feel like the best decks in the format are Surge decks, and Surge matchups always go long. It doesn't matter which Surge deck against the other Surge deck, they're always going to go long, and you're always going to have a time for these. So if your opponent doesn't respect them, they don't play around them, and you drop it and they can't answer it, the game is over. So these are very good one-ups for that reason. 2 Battle to the Death for Invoker, because and against Surge Piccolo, because if they don't want to attack you, they don't want to awaken you, you're able to just keep wiping their board. It was very good against Jiren as well. So before I started my cooler plays, I could take care of their 25k topo, which is really annoying. And if I kill it while I have a guy in play, it kills it. So being able to start on this, my turn on this, awaken, and kill their guy is really, really good. So Battle to the Death, 2 in the main, 2 more on the sideboard. I think it's better than Cease to Exist. Just being able to take the life is so crucial against Invoker and Piccolo. 4 Senzu Bean, because it's Senzu Bean. And 2-time. This deck really aggressively uses Senzu Bean. There was a game that I played that it was just like, you can push really hard with this card because of Cooler, the 2 coolers that keep bouncing each other and coming back. Like, you can play a lot of 20k double strikes and 25k attacks on 1 turn with the Bean. I drew all 4 in 1 game against Boo, and I just demolished him on 3 energy. 2-time Magic, because you do want some type of negate main. With Gohan being a thing, you want to mulligan for this and hope to see it. It's very good, sparking, and it hits a few problematic secret rares like the Cell Xeno and the not a secret rare, but the 6-drop that keeps your sending itself in Invoker. So it's very good, and it's yellow because the deck is lacking a little bit of yellow. Moving to the sideboard, we got, just crush it all. We got the other Champa for the Gohan matchup, the Boo matchup, any matchup where you can't play your 10-drop Fu and your Smoke Dragon, where anytime those don't come into play, you bring in Champa because it's basically the quicker win condition, right? You can pull it off turn 3, turn 4 to end the game. 1 Mafuba, again, you just want some extra card answer threats for Invoker. Want to make sure that if they drop the victory strike, they have to take this from your hand first, and then maybe they leave battle to the death. So you just want as many cards in the hand that are problematic to their game plan, so that way when they look at your hand and they take something, it's never like game ending. You get me? You don't want to be in that position, so you want to have enough answers, enough cards to survive, and hopefully answer their victory strike, answer their invoker guys. So that's why Mafuba's in there. 2 battle to the death. Again, I already explained why this card's so important. So you bring in the other 2 against invokers to make sure that you keep killing off their invokers and keep applying pressure. It's much better in this deck than it was in my previous deck, because this deck can apply a lot of pressure with little energy. So if you're able to kill their invoker and then just start swapping on them, then they're like, dang, I can't be tapping 3 energy in this matchup. And if they don't have their invoker out, it makes it much easier to win the game. 2 Hellfighter. It's just very good against Smoke Dragon. Smoke Dragon is very hard to answer secret rare, so I put this just in case I played the mirror, or I played someone who was like, trying to Smoke Dragon me. Usually people don't expect this card on 2 energy, and that's kind of why I like it along with the Champa. It kind of serves my Deadly Poison rule. Not exactly, because it doesn't stop 10-drop Fu, but you can maybe live through a 10-drop Fu. You're not living through a dragon. So this guy's really nice for that, and he's a yellow 5k, which is also really good. The other 2 beers for the Gohan matchup and the Broly Surge and the Mirror. There's a lot of Piccolo and Invoker right now. This card is not very good against them, so I move 2 to the sideboard and I'll bring it in when I need it. But it is still a very good card, very versatile card, so you can put it in there. 2 After Image. Again, good for the aggressive matchups and even against Invoker. You want to just keep as many extra cards against them, and you want to be able to neg, Turles before it attacks. It's really nice to just get it off the board. Their Boo Chain, if you don't have coolers to neg it, you can neg it with this, and that way they're not attacking for that much. But it is very good, and against Gohan, it's another basically negate against them. And the nice thing about this one is that you can also like stop their attack and still have a combo step. So I did that a few times. I can stop an attack and then still, rival my cooler, awaken my leader, whatever I might need to do, so I don't, get destroyed on the next attack. And then finally 1 Exploding Weakness, because this card's, I think 3 is the right number for this type of effect in your 65. You don't want any more than that. And yeah, it's very good against a few matchups. So I think having 3 main was maybe too many.
Are you playing Vegeta? All right, awesome. So Frieza swap, new meta. Thank you so much.
All right. Peace out, guys. I want to thank everybody on the team. Team FOE, we're the best team around. And catch you guys at the next event. It'll be the Gamers event. Shout out to everybody.
All right, we'll all be there. Bye.
Peace.